we go. Oh, crying out loud. So that's the one problem with this trailer. It doesn't hold that much wood. But, you know, 3 trees is pretty good. And especially that one was a huge tree. But I wish these logs would stick a little better. In real life, there's no way that this would just roll off like that. You get all these logs locked together with all that trust me, I work with firewood all the time at my house because we heat our house with wood during the winter, and the logs do not roll apart that easily. But that's one of those great gravity things about this game. There's all kinds of weird gravity crap going on. There we go. All right. So we are going to visit the train yard. Actually, I probably could take the dirt road over there is probably really, this guy's where we want to go. This takes us down to the train. Oh, no, it doesn't. Okay, it's a dead end, so I guess the road is the better way to go anyway. I mean, we still get there eventually. Now, there's a crane here that you can use to log, I don't think it does anything, but you can dump your, you can dump the wood into the pond there, but really, this is a little secret I'm going to teach you right now if you haven't played this game for a long time. Yes, you can dump the logs in the water, but here is a much better way to do it. You dump them off here at this loading platform, and then you're going to pull that lever, and you actually get paid twice. So why would you dump them in the river? You might get a little bit more... You might get a little more money at first dumping them in the river, but... Or in the pond, but... Come on. What the heck? Whoa, wrong one. Do this, and watch me get paid. Ding, ding, ding. Whoop. Yeah, it's good money, huh? So we just made, showing us the different prices for the logs up there in the upper right. Literally, I mean, what, like $16,000, $17,000? So, because I think I had 6,000 left over, so we just went up to 21. So that's, you know, 6 plus. About $15,000. Now, gonna pull the lever and send the train, and we'll hang out here and watch what happens. The train leaves with my wood. It also has a wood chip car. You can dump wood chips there. That blue car on the back is wood chips. I'm not sure exactly where you dump those. I think you probably just dump them into the square here, though. Maybe. I don't know. Now, this does have a sawmill. I wonder if this operates. Let's see. Let's walk around while we're waiting. See if anything shows up. Because there is a sawmill on some of the other maps. I don't see anything. No, this is just for looks. That sucks. And $14,000. So we must have made... You double your money. So we just made $30,000. Yeah. So you definitely don't want to dump them into the pond because you're not going to make that much in the pond. So there. So 30,000 bucks in one load of trees. Cha-ching. But it's tedious work, so... but really, honestly, for the amount of work that I did there, what, 3 trees? It's about $10,000 a tree, which is what I predicted. So, yeah, pretty cool stuff. So anyway, I am going to stop recording for a little while. I'm going to keep chopping trees, and I will pick up with you guys in a little bit. You could always just cut these down and drag them into the area, but that's kind of cheating. But you can do it. This is all forestry area, but I prefer to cut them down where it's kind of set aside for cutting down. Yeah, that's an easy way to make money at the start. So in a couple more turns, whoops, I left my cart kind of cattywampus. Let's see here. Nope. Nope. There we go. Oh, the train is returning. So very quickly, though, it will have enough money to buy another tractor. to replace the one I sold. This will be our quote-unquote smaller tractor, and then we'll get the same Fortis for our big tractor. That one has 190 horsepower. It's still not super cheap to operate every day, but this tractor is about $440 a day. The Fortis is a decent amount less. I think the Fortis is like 200 or 190 something a day. We'll take a look at it, but it's a good high horsepower starter tractor for under $200,000. So that's going to be our stretch goal. But even if we don't make that much, we can get cheaper tractors that have good horsepower. I know if we look in the store, non-modified, we're looking at the Ursus at $82,000 with 148 horsepower. But look at the $260 a day maintenance is kind of high, but it's still cheaper than the AgroStar at $460. So it's about half, right? $260, $460. So not quite half, but we also could pick from this guy, but he's really expensive, cheap maintenance a day. This guy's $240 a day, but it gives us a huge 190 horsepower. So this is probably the tractor we're going to shoot for. We could look in I don't think I have that many tractors in the mod tractors. Most of my mod tractors are lower horsepower, like all these Dusfars. And then we got this huge Smart Tracks. I've cleaned out a lot of mod tractors. If they aren't up to the standard of the game's graphics, like this, where it looks like a tractor that's part of the game, I've dumped them. Because there's a lot of crappy looking tractors out there. And I just... Nope. There we go. I wanted to keep the game a little more uniform as far as the way it looks. Well, no more crappy tractors. All right, so let's start cutting trees down. I will see you guys in a little bit. Talk to you soon. All right, so as you can see here, my logging has been very successful. We've been playing, well, I've been goofing around too, so it wasn't all logging. But for the last 2 hours, I've been doing some logging, an hour and a half or whatever, and we've made $138,000, so I feel like it's time to add another mod. Now, I looked online for this, and I found... Okay, so as you guys know, the original Ponzi, or Ponce, or however you pronounce it. Oops. This guy, the log cutter, is $317,000. Well, that's kind of expensive for, and just all it does is cut wood. So, but it does speed things up, and it also allows you to. So obviously, the faster you cut trees down, the more money you're going to make. So if we go into the mods, I'd found this Ponce. It's a lot less expensive. It's a smaller unit, but it does the similar thing. So it's a Wolverine at $124,000. You know, I know that we can make the money back. So let's go take a look at this thing. Blue wheels. I should have just picked yellow. So it works just like the original. You see here, you can turn the cab individually. You can also do this. You can extend out the arms. I'll make it go longer, I forget. But yeah, left and right, because that makes sense, but that's one of the controls that are left over. So. Yeah, so this is pretty cool. It's a very much less expensive unit. And you going to bed, Roo? Have a good night, bro. Fender on off. Whatever. And so I think X or O or something. We gotta look at our menu here. No, it doesn't tell us. Is it O? There, B. Okay. B opens the cutter, and then we just go up to a tree and cut it down. So I'm going to drive this guy with my blue wheels back to our location where we're working. And I will pick up there. Well, look at that. Look at how it lights up. That's pretty cool. So at nighttime, it should be a pretty good device. But yeah, I like this one. This is the Ponce Wolverine. Obviously designed or implemented by somebody that likes hunting. Because we have the camo pattern on it. Why you would paint it a log cutter camo, I don't know, but okay, whatever. Hotel this way. I think the thing that I'm going to is this way too. I went the wrong way. All right, guys, so I'll see you down there. All right, so off in the distance, we see our logging trailer. And so my goal today is to cut down, I'm going to make up that money I just spent. And hopefully we'll be able to do it fast. So the trick is this. All right, so we're going to get this guy down here. And I got to remember that. You got to be careful not to drop the tree. I do that all the time. Let's see. I'm going to put this right up against the tree. I'll try that again. Nope. It's not that button. I can do this, really. Let's see what it says on the menu. Okay, first of all, we need to change our cutting length. So the O key is going to make, I think I want 6 or 7. Wow, we can go up to 9. Let's try 7. So now one thing I'm noticing that's missing, this does not tell us like the other one does. The stock one tells you when you're ready to cut. And oh no, there we go. Okay, it's starting to do it there. So X is cut. Okay, and then we're gonna timber. So now I want to drive over my trailer here. The hope is that we can get lined up and that we don't really even have to load the logs anymore. So I think we'll start shorter. Actually, we'll try over that. No, I'm not really over it straight. There we go. Maybe like this. Oh, but you know what? It's going to spurt it out. So this is probably not going to work, but maybe it will. We'll try it. Back up a little bit, and let's try 6 meters. Okay, 6. Oh no, that's too long. Okay, so let's try. I'm gonna try 5 meters. It's close, but it's still just a hair too long. Yeah, I'm gonna try to straighten that out. There we go. All right, so cut. Yeah, that's the right length. So 5 meters it is. And obviously my just going to load it right in idea is not quite working. So we're going to have to take this tractor and still load stuff in manually once we're done. We might get lucky. If I got to practice a little bit too, so I'm not like perfect with it yet. I think if I practice some, I'll be able to actually get it in there. The tree was not straight to start with, so. But I'm trying to find ways to do this so we can save some time. Now the downside is, and it's kind of a big downside, is I still am going to have to clear some of those branches off. Come on, dude, pick this up. There's the other stick there. The other twig has got to get in the way. Yeah, that's great. That's because it's got that. That's not working. Funny how those twigs are just like weird. Is that from this? And it's funny, they get all weird too, like bent out of shape. Okay, so let's see how we can fix all this. Oops, that's not what I wanted. Alright, so if I get this thing picked up. Come on. Nope. That's not what I wanted. It started doing what I wanted, but then it changed direction. I really just need to get that log out of there. Come on. Both of those logs are going to be a problem. Okay. So that did not work the way that I wanted it to. Oh, I mean, the tree length cut is good because now we're going to have logs that are, you know, exact length. Because one of the issues that I was having was I kept cutting them the wrong size and then having to go back and like recut them. So there's a lot of little stumps all over the place now. Or not stumps, but like little logs. That's going to make things easier right there. Oh, that one didn't even go on right. Dang it. Oh. The goal is to pull this out. There we go. Okay, well that fell into place. Good. Wish I could figure out. Look at how big that branch got. Like, it's so funny how that... Whoa, what happened here? Pretty tough little tractor to be able to carry all that weight. See how big that branch got? It's funny. I think it's on a top piece, too. That's what's weird about it. It keeps getting longer as the day goes on. It's almost as big as the tree was originally. Alright, so we're going to dump this in here. So logging still is not a perfect art, but definitely I'm better at it than I used to be. But yeah, so, you know, those are the kind of mods. I don't know if you would consider that a cheat mod, but it probably is a real device, I would imagine. Maybe not, though. I don't know. It's called a Ponce Wolverine. So I'll check it out and see if I can find a real one online. But it definitely, at a little bit under half the cost of the big monster. Now, I would imagine in real life, something that small would not be able to have the pulling capacity that the big one has. But here it's nice because it's got enough for the game. That's another weird thing, too. Do you see that log stick in my fork? It's kind of strange. Can't drop it. There we go. That didn't work out quite right. That must have been the log that was just a hair too long. So, get this guy out of the way. Try to get that log in there. Come on. Come on, get in there better. If we have it sticking like that, it's going to make all the other logs have a problem. So I need to get that thing in there the right way. So we're going to come over on this side and see if we can pry it up. Yeah, there we go. It popped in. Okay, good. So let's get this out of the way. And I'm going to see if I can fix that branch now that everything's settled in a little bit better. So I can't chop that thing off. Great. No, I left that the wood. There we go. Cool. All right, so we're going to hop back in the Wolverine and grab our next tree. Crack that bad boy open. I missed. There we go. Whoop. Yeah, see, and with this little frame, it is really, and these are smaller trees too, it really is kind of knocking this thing around. So that's going to be an issue right there. Start getting into these big, like, you know, 200-foot trees, this thing's going to get pulled right over if I try to drag the logs around. And my goal here is to pull this up, but it didn't work. So we're going to have to go down long and try again. So let's pull this around. Yeah, this thing's totally dragging. Oh, that went too far. Oh, come on, pull that thing. Alright, getting close. I think we've almost achieved the perfect alignment. Well, it's not quite what I wanted, but... See, I want it to be a little straighter, so maybe, I wonder if I could do this. Okay, so now that I have this here like this, okay, the tree is not where I want it, so if I get over here, it's always a learning experience, isn't it? I'm promising you you're going to learn a whole bunch of stuff, and then I'm like, oh, and by the way, I have no idea how to do this part. But what I'm thinking is maybe push this tree over. Please tell me that cutter did not let that go. Are you kidding? You have got to be kidding me. It let go when you jump. When you jump out of the truck, it lets go. That's great. Beautiful. Thanks. So that means that tree is pretty much... I'm going to have to cut that up by hand. That sucks. Stupid. Oh, but it's got chains for its tires. Yay-ha. Oh, well. I think the in-game one does the same thing, if I remember right now. I forgot that it does that, so it's wonderful. There we go. So, whatever you do, don't get out of the truck or you'll lose the tree. And you're going to have to do it by hand. Stupid. Alright, so we're going to go up here. And around. Let's see if we can get this thing to fall in. That, like, my whole plan hinges on us not having to load the logs, because this is nice, but it's, you know... So there's no way to do it unless you have multiplayer, I guess. Or somebody else could, you know, freaking move that around, but it's great. No, I don't want to make it longer. I want to lift it up. Please. There. That's what I'm looking for. That pivot. Okay. So really, you're going to have to, really the way that this is going to work is that you're going to get a front loader. You're going to cut these into piles and then use the front loader to load it up. I have to go way out. I have to go like down the road. This tree's like on its own now. So get this to go out. Alright, so let's see if we can do this. Nope, it's going to overshoot. Dang it. Son of a biscuit. Well, there's one that kind of fell in. Oh, how stupid is that? Oh well. Thought that was going to be like a lot more productive than it is, but I'm still half the trees I'm probably still going to have to do by hand. Okay, well, we'll just continue logging. I mean, it's still faster to cut the trees down, but if that's the case and I still have to pick them up, I might as well just run through and cut a bunch of trees down and then pick them all up at once instead of getting back in and out, because it's really not loading it into the wagon the way that I wanted it to. Bummer. So, I'm going to do some more logging. We'll stay on for a couple more minutes. You can watch me load the trailer. I think that should be good right there. I think that one might be a little too long, but you'll see here what I was talking about, too, about stumps being too long. If that one, any of these are too long, I'll have to cut them down. Alright, so first of all, we need to get the trailer straightened out because now there's wood flipped all over the place. That just did not work. If you could get it perfectly lined up, it might work, but it dumps them out so fast that... These little stubby pieces, I don't even know if it's worth keeping. Of course, then again, you got little stubby pieces all over the place, too, if I don't clean them up, so... Yeah. Alright, so I'm gonna drop that. Freaking stop it. Oh, just grab it. Here's the problem with the really little pieces like this. You just can't get that hook to claw them. The claw. Ah, it did it. So once again, this is where a larger, like a front loader, maybe possibly a telehandler would come in. But the telehandlers are kind of lightweight, so when you load them up with logs, they tend to flip over. So you might be better off just waiting until you can afford a big, like the Lieber or one of the New Holland front loaders or JCB front loader, because those are gonna have the weight that you need to do this. Now you could also use the little guy, the JCB robot, to do this, but it's the same. It only picks up one log at a time, so you're not gaining anything by using that as opposed to this. Aside from maybe it's a little smaller, so it can get in tighter spots, but. Oh, stop it. Gosh. It's getting late. I'm getting tired. I'm tired. The one thing is nice, though. These logs will, you know, they're all cut pretty nicely length. I did a good job guesstimating on this tree. So this Ponzi should pay for itself pretty quickly. Maybe we'll try out some of the other logging equipment, but right now my goal is needing to get that larger tractor, whether it's the same or if I go with any of those like around 200 horsepower tractors. Lamborghini would be nice, but they're expensive. Oh, I forgot I have the JCB mod too, so we could look. There's a $180,000 JCB with 230 horsepower. That might be a good secondary tractor because it runs fast. It's the JCBs, I guess, have a standard transmission, or I'm sorry, standard suspension like a car, so they actually handle better on the road. They can handle higher speed driving, though in the game it doesn't really model that, but they're designed to be used on the road and on the farm. I saw a picture of one of them with a broken rear axle. Somebody was like, I guess they're not all they're cracked up to be. But then again, online I've also seen videos of JCBs, you know, pulling full-size plows and doing everything that normal tractors do. So supposedly they can do everything a regular tractor can do, but they're fast. The other thing that's missing, and somebody pointed this out that I did not know about, but I know about now, learning more about how tractors are and stuff. The JCB Extra is supposed to have modules that go on the back of the tractor. Now, the way the game is programmed, obviously, they must not have made room for that to be possible, but it can have a crane on the back, it can have a mower pack on the back, it can have a fertilizer tank on the back, and there's like a tray where they sit. The tractor has it, but you can't do anything with it in game. See this? It's sticking. Look at that. What the heck? Let go. Come on. Let go. There we go. So that load, I would say that trailer is probably pretty full at this point. We're going to drop this load off at the logging area, and then we'll cut some more trees down, and then I will say I have to go to bed soon, so I have to say goodnight for now, but we'll continue day one and see how much money we can make while we're waiting for our crops to grow. So here's one of those activities that you can do, like cows, sheep, that kind of thing, where it takes some effort and work, but it pays off. And out of all the things in the game, obviously, silage is the best paying. But this is the second best, and it's close. It just requires, it's much more tedious. Maybe. But then again, if you're doing, you know, silage, you're mowing, and 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 mowing, and mowing, and mowing. Now, the next day you wake up to, you know, $400,000, it's kind of nice. But you can make the same amount of money with the logs. You just have to log all day long. But what's the difference between mowing and this? I've already made $100,000. Definitely going to make at least, you know, $200,000 or $300,000 before the day is done, going at this rate. So, you know, we'll see what happens. But I think that's it for right now. We'll watch a little bit more logging. Oops, that's the other problem with this thing. No. There we go. It has, the controls are cool, but they're I mess them up sometimes, as you can see here. There we go. No, I don't want that side to go down. I want this to go down. I want that to go down. That. There we go. Ah, ching. And we're gonna... Yeah, so right there was $10,000 in wood. The train's gonna go off. We'll make about 10,000 more. We'll actually see, when the train does it, we'll actually see our real take home. So you take that number and double it. So when the train gives us the money, we'll know. And we'll be able to double that, and we'll see how much we made on that load. My guesstimate's gonna be about 20,000. Because I think we had 4,000 or 5,000. But maybe not that much. Maybe it was less. That was not a huge load. Not as big as some of the other loads I've brought in. Any second now. So yeah, approximately $22,000, $21,400 something. So yeah, that's already, this thing's already paid for a third of itself. That Ponzi.